Hello everyone, my name is Sarah Cahill and welcome to my little corner of the writing universe. Today, obviously, as you can see from the video you're currently watching, we are going to be doing some bullet journal work. We're going to be setting up for the month of April. I completely skipped this last month. I don't know why, I just did. No, I do know why. It's because I wasn't bothered to film it. It's been a very weird month of March for me. It's been a very weird year, to be fair, as I'm sure it has been for everybody, let's be honest. I started off January strong ish, I think. I honestly can't remember. And it's just all gone downhill from there. So, as of the date that this goes up on YouTube, which is the 31st of March, very late, I know, but what are you going to do about it? It is officially Camp NaNoWriMo tomorrow, where the work for the year shall begin again, where the writing shall officially, be done because it hasn't been done for the past 3 months or so. I have been meaning to spend this past month, prepping for Camp NaNoWriMo. I wanted to outline properly and I wanted to work on my magic system because I'm going to be working on Abingdon 2 in April. And I sort of half-assed the outline and I sort of 3/4 asked the magic system because once again I realised I can't sit down and properly outline stuff or properly think of stuff in a focused way because my brain just doesn't let me do it. I don't know why. It's very, very frustrating. I'm not a very, very good pantser at all. I always get lost in what I'm trying to do and it stalls me. So I need to have some sort of outline. But my outline can't be too detailed because my brain is just like, no, that's just all the hard work going into your outline and you need all of your hard work to go into the actual writing of the novel. So it's very half-assed and I will have to pants a lot of the chapters that I've tried to outline anyway, which isn't so bad. I mean, I've got the general gist of this must happen in this chapter, so I can just play around with whatever else happens as well. I suppose it's the best way for me to work, despite me trying desperately to not work that way. And it's the same with trying to build the magic system. I've got the basics down, but there's a lot of learning the different types of magic in Abingdon 2, and my plan with my magic system was to create the lesson plans, or sort of like, this is exactly what Hazel, who's the protagonist of Abingdon House, is going to learn in this chapter in regards to this thread of magic. So I don't sit there on the day and stall and go, oh my god, what do I talk about? What does she need to learn? And I just didn't do it. And I sort of feel bad about it because I have procrastinated so much this month. Damn it, I'm still supposed to be doing Milwordy, aren't I? Oh my god, yes, I am supposed to be doing Milwordy, but I've sort of thrown that under the bus now, really, my progress on that. But that is an issue for another day. We'll go back to the bullet journal, which is the point of this video, not just for me to ramble talk over it to try and fill 17 minutes worth of silence. We are going for a slightly more decorated bullet journal this month. I don't know what prompted this. I get bored very easily. And while I don't fully utilise my bullet journal, which I did in January and February, I didn't do it in March, hence the amount of procrastination I did. I wanted to try and keep it all minimalistic, so it was less work for me to set up every single month. So it was just the same thing, the same layout, month on month. So I wasn't like, oh, what do I want to do now? What do I want to test out? And not like what I did, which happens quite a bit. And then I'm stuck with it looking horrible in my eyes. But for some reason this month I was just like, you know what? I want my bullet journal to look a little bit prettier. I want it to have like a little bit of a theme. And usually I do have some sort of like all of the colours are the same sort of thing. But I was just like, I will need a little bit more. So it's April showers. I didn't do a showers theme because I used some rainy, cloudy washi tape in March's main page. So I was just like, I don't want to have to reuse that again. So it's April, it's springtime. We're just going to be doing some flowers. And then we've got a nice sort of green, orange, yellow theme going on with some sort of similar washi tape at the top. It's still very simple, but it looks prettier and the page looks a lot more filled, despite, you know, what I had before when it was just the little calendar in the middle of the page and then just the title of April or whatever month it was that I was doing. I miss doodling in my bullet journal, actually, I really do. I keep meaning to use it more, but I don't do anything during the day really to warrant me using it more than this is the day that I have to make sure that I film this particular video, or oh, this is when the kids break up from school, or I have a random doctor's appointment but that's in like August, so I don't really need to put that in there yet because I can't. So is having a bullet journal like needed for me personally? Not particularly, but I do like the creativity. I do like sitting there and, you know, it's sort of relaxing having to make this up, and also it's a place for me to put my goals, even if I do or do not do them, which yeah, my goals for this year are a bit off. I can't remember what they are, I never can, but you know, we're doing okay on some of them, I think, and then we're not doing good on some of the other ones, and by that I mean my reading goal, which was to read 12 books this year, one per month, and I read one in January. I started it in January, I finished it in February, and I have not picked up a book since. So, yeah, I have a book to read. I bought a book in February to read. I bought All the Stars and Teeth, but the sequel, which I can't remember the name of, All the Tides and of Fate or something like that. I have bought that to read, but I have just not read it, and I've been wanting to reread Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, preferably before the joyous day that is the 23rd of April when the Shadow and Bone series comes out on Netflix, which I'm super excited about. I haven't touched those either. Is it weird for me to be rereading Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom for the Shadow and Bone TV series, when really you should be rereading the Shadow and Bone series before the Shadow and Bone series comes out? But honestly, I was not a big fan of the Shadow and Bone series. It's so weird that I'm really excited for this to come out, but I did not enjoy the books that much. Like, I don't like Alina much as a character, and I can't stand Mal. And the Darkling's a bit of a... Okay, he sort of has that 100-year-old vampire preying on the 16-year-old human vibe about him, which I'd like never really liked. And then let's not get started on that sort of romance stuff between all of the characters. And the only one I actually liked from that series was Prince Nikolai. And he's got his own series now, which also isn't as good as I hoped it would be. So I'm excited for the Shadow and Bone series, but I think I'm mostly excited because it is these characters on screen, and also the Six of Crows cast is going to be there. Like, I'm mostly excited for Kaz, Inej, and Jasper. Like, come on. They're the ones I'm excited to see. They're the ones I squee at when they appear in any of the trailers for like 5 seconds. They're the ones I want. So yeah, I did want to reread. I haven't. I'm probably not going to. We'll see how this month goes. It occurs to me as I'm recording, I could have cut out most of this drawing all of the flowers on my April's Goals page. Tea! But what am I going to do about it now? Absolutely nothing except keep talking. I left that blank page there because I don't know what I'm going to put there. I did this in March as well. In January and February, I had like a sleep tracker page in January and like a gratitudes page in February. I might have ended up putting something in March, I can't remember. But it's supposed to be like a random tracker page. I don't know what I'm going to put there this month, so it is just blank. It's probably going to stay blank for the entirety of the month, and then it will stay blank until I actually finish the bullet journal. But any hints or tips or advice on what to put on that random blank page, please let me know so I can get it done. My my weekly spread. This is my weeklies now. I'm doing it slightly different than I usually do. I will have been separating each page into 7 different blocks. That just works, but I am so far this year doing each sort of 7 different blocks in a different way. So it is actual physical blocks this month, sort of to mimic an actual calendar, which is sort of the theme for my Camp NaNoWriMo bullet journal tracker spread, using the green obviously as well. Okay, this first page that I'm writing on right now, it's only got the 4 days of the week on it, which is the 4 first days of April, because for some reason for the last week of March I only put the first 3 days of the week in a weekly spread. I think it's because I wanted just Camp NaNoWriMo in its own little week, and I didn't want to have like, oh, the last 3 days of March in it, or I didn't want the first 4 days of Camp NaNoWriMo April to be in March's sort of monthly slot, so I split it up. It worked fine, to be fair. And then we have these cute little watercolor stickers. Oh, I can't remember where I got them from. I got them years ago. They're just little squares and they have such cute patterns on them. So I've got like a green pattern, I've got an avocado pattern, I've got like raindrops, and then I've got like clouds to sort of mimic April showers, but not too much, and it's still got the colour scheme going on. Something to add a little bit more colour and design, because I always have these blank spaces underneath the dates where I don't have a box to fill. I could do like, these are the things I have to do this week, but then that's just more pressure on me and, you know, trying to get them done, and then more things for me to think about to fill in, which we don't like to do. So we just didn't do it. We're adding some more to fill the space as well, because it wasn't quite as full as I hoped it would be, or it didn't look as full as I hoped it would be. So I decided to add sort of like these vines coming down or up from the triangles, just to give it a little more of the floral theme that I've got going on, and just to fill up that space a little bit more. So I do that for every single one of the triangles that I did. So yeah, there it is, looking like a little vase, and you've got the flowers growing up, which is fun. And then we're going to come to my quote for the month. I didn't like how this turned out, this quote. All my quotes pages have gone down in quality since January, and I don't mean them to. Personally, to me, they don't look as good as I hope they do. I don't know whether I need to like design my quotes pages differently, because I do mostly just keep them black and white and very minimalistic, but I don't know, I need to do something to perk them up a little bit, I think. I'm not quite sure what yet. It's not so much as a quote as it is a funny, you know, writer style dictionary entry, which I found on Pinterest, and I was like, this is super cute, I must have this, because it is Camp NaNoWriMo, and it's very relatable in regards to, we have a lot of words to write in a very short amount of time. Here we go. I'm going to need a lot of caffeine in order to write this book, and by caffeine I mean tea. I'm a tea drinker, not a coffee drinker. I don't know how you guys can do it. I have very weird plans for the rest of the year in regards to Abingdon House. I wrote the first book in November 2024, NaNoWriMo, and obviously Abingdon 2 is now here in April. Abingdon 3 I'm planning on writing in July for camp. And then in the space between Camp NaNoWriMo July and November NaNoWriMo, I want to write or start writing book 4 and then write book 5 in November 2021 and officially write all 5 Abingdon House books in 1 year. I don't know how feasible this is going to be. And it's really, really bad, considering last year I did say this is not going to be the year I write anything new. Nothing new, I'm just going to focus on all of the works I currently have and revising them. But here we are, you know, with 1 new book under the belt, and my plans to write like tons more, which is really terrible. Anyway, the quote is, writer, noun, a peculiar organism capable of transforming caffeine into books. And I thought, yes, that is what a writer is. And then I wanted something a little bit extra on the page, so we have a lovely little pile of books. it looks, I hope it looks like a pile of books anyway, and then a little mug which is full of tea, not coffee. Okay, yes. So that is my quote for this month, which I thought was a funny quote. It's true. We are peculiar, and we do somehow transform caffeine into books. I don't know how. I still don't know how after years of writing, but we do it somehow. On another note, for those of you who might not know, I actually officially started querying this year as well, which I'm super, super excited about. So that happened in March. I picked my literary agents I wanted to send to. I prepped my manuscript. I wrote a covering letter, which sucked. And I officially started querying Project Body Swap. I've sent it off to 5 agents so far. I haven't had anything back yet, obviously. It's only been like a week and a half. But it's officially me on my next step to becoming, or trying to become, a traditionally published author. So I'm very, very happy that I managed to do that. It's very, very weird to think about. And it was really, really nerve-wracking on the day when I did it. And it's like, I filmed it and I was a lot more nervous when I watched it back than I currently felt at the time, which is a bit weird. But I suppose you can never see how you actually present yourself while you're doing something unless it is filmed. April goals: write Abingdon to 50,000 words, which is my Camp Nano goal. I want to write 5k for my YA paranormal that I'm currently working on as well. Don't even with me. OSAS AOIT. I'm not telling you the actual title. Read a book, and I think exercise was my last one there as well. So yes, that is, rub that out, my April spread for my bullet journal. Hopefully I will be able to use this fully and fill it out. I actually really enjoyed how that turned out, except for that last page. I really don't like that much at all. So let me know down in the comments below, are you taking part in Camp NaNoWriMo this year? What project are you working on? Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.